Whoa, hello! Hey! So we got the next run going. So this is gonna be Panel de Pong, run by Syuga. He will be doing the easy to super hard for versus mode. So yes, I am Far Pro 21. I will actually be awake for you guys to do a little commentary here. Oh, here we go now. So first we are starting off with easy mode, which is, of course, the easiest difficulty right here. So the object of the versus mode is to make a bunch of combos and chains to send a whole bunch of garbage to your opponent to add to the stack. And if you send enough garbage to your opponent and they can't make it clear in time, then they will lose and you, the player, will win. So, easy mode, the AI is very, very slow, so they're not really gonna do much of anything. Yes, this is actually the Japanese version of Tetris Attack. It's actually called Panel de Pong. This was actually the very first game in what would later become the Panel de Pong, Tetris Attack, Puzzle League, whatever you want to call it, series. But yes, the Japanese version, which is what you see here, the easier difficulties in a speedrun sense is actually faster and actually quite a bit easier. But the harder difficulties that you will see later on, this version is actually harder than the English version. So, Syuga doing quite well so far. Going through Ruby there in 15 seconds. So the AI in this game, what they will do is, they will actually raise their stack right at the start, and then they'll actually start going around and clearing blocks. Then after they are done clearing blocks, then they'll start flattening out the stack, and then they will raise their stack. In the English version, what they will do is they'll actually flatten their stack, and then if the AI is fast enough, they will raise their stack before they will start clearing. So because of this difference in AI, there's actually separate leaderboards for both Panel de Pong and Tetris Attack. Yeah, these poor easy foes. Unfortunately, because they're so slow, they're not really going to be able to do much of anything, so usually what's going to happen is Syuga is going to send one big massive attack, and they will probably end up losing from that because they are so slow. So I guess I will tell you a little bit about the world records for not only for the run that you're seeing right now, Easy to Super Hard, but I will tell you about some of the world records for each individual difficulty. So the speedruns of this game are actually very dominated by the Japanese players. Over the years, they have really optimized all the difficulties for this game. So we're actually almost done easy mode. So there's 4 different difficulties: easy, normal, hard, and super hard. Easy only has 10 stages. So Dragon, as you see here, is actually the final boss for easy mode. Normal mode, there was actually 11 stages, and hard and super hard will have 12 stages. Oh no! Oh, Dragon, what are you doing getting a 3-chain? You're not supposed to do that. Alright. So easy mode done in about 5:42. That is actually pretty solid. So as per the rules for easy to super hard, you have to wait for the screen to start fading to black before you can reset the console and start the next difficulty. And whoops, I think Syuga mistakenly started on easy again. There we go. Alright, so now normal difficulty. So normal difficulty, the AI will be a little bit quicker than easy mode, but they are still pretty easy in a speedrun sense to beat quickly. So actually, I wanted to mention the current world record for easy difficulty is actually held by another Japanese runner, Suzumi, and he has it at 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Now in Suzumi's run, and I think a couple other runners that are up on the leaderboard, they average 13 seconds a stage for easy mode, which is very, very optimal. Not really much gameplay you can improve on that. Now for normal mode, the world record for this is actually also held by Suzumi at 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Now that time is so fast that is only 2 seconds slower than the easy world record for Tetris Attack. And the reason being is that because the AI in Pound Upon actually raises their stack 1 row at the start, that actually means that that's 1 less line of garbage that you actually have to send to your opponent potentially. So obviously, when you have less lines that you need to send to your opponent to top them off and beat them, obviously that's going to be a little bit faster than, you know, maybe sending 1 or 2 more lines of garbage. This AI will only get faster as we go through the run. So another thing about this AI is that they will only be able to do combos. This AI is not able to do chains at all. Later on this marathon, you will actually see Tetris Attack versus mode ran. And the late game AI in Tetris Attack is actually able to do chains. That will probably be explained a little more in detail once we get to Tetris Attack, which I believe is going to be on Sunday late morning, early afternoon-ish. Somewhere around there. Yeah, but what's interesting is that even though Tetris Attack is able to, the Tetris Attack AI is able to do chains, it's actually a bit easier to run because the late game AI in Tetris Attack actually raises the stack a lot more. So, so in that game, what you may be able to do is, if you're able to send a few lines of garbage quick enough, and you catch them off guard, maybe they don't do a chain or whatnot, you can essentially cheese them out and win in about 9 or 10 seconds. Unfortunately, cheesing this AI out is a little more difficult, but yeah, you know, if you get really lucky, you can still win in about 10 or 11 seconds still. Alright, so it looks like Syuga had a little bit of a rough go on Phoenix there, but still gets him down under 30 seconds. Okay, so actually, fun fact about sort of these last few stages here. If you actually have the English patch for this game, this section of the game that Syuga is in right now is actually called Death Mountain. All you Zelda fans out there will probably know what Death Mountain is. But in the English Tetris Attack version, the last 4 stages is actually called the Cave of Wickedness. So they might have changed the name because, you know, they didn't want to have, like, you know, the word death in a puzzle game. I don't know. Alright, so Syuga is actually all done normal mode now, just over 13 minutes. So we will actually be moving on to hard difficulty, where, yes, the AI does go even a little bit faster. Alright, so here we go, hard mode. So what you may have also noticed Syuga doing is a whole bunch of lag chains. So the normal progression of chains is you make clear, blocks clear, blocks fall, fallen blocks make another clear, which results in what we call a chain. Now, it's possible that if you get multiple chains happening at the same time, like you just saw right there, you can essentially make the chains a lot quicker than the normal, pop, pop, blocks fall, pop, blocks fall. And in this game, being able to do lag chains is a very good skill to have, because that means you can send garbage a lot quicker than you would normally. Yes, I will actually discuss RNG manipulation coming up in Super Hard when we get there. So don't worry, I am going to cover RNG manipulation. Oh, that's really unlucky. Syuga looked like he was going to get Ruby very quickly, but unfortunately, a little bit of screen shake there kind of gave her a little bit of extra time. So what you may also be noticing is that Syuga is doing a bunch of combos with this chains as well. So it is actually really important that you do a whole bunch of combos with your chains, because this maximizes the value of the chain attack that you're going to send. Now, ideally, you want to make combos of 5 or more, because if you do too many 4 combos, the garbage blocks will actually stack side by side next to each other. So two 4 combos ends up only being 1 line of garbage. Whereas if you say you did 2 5 combos or 2 6 combos, that would actually be 2 lines of garbage, because the garbage blocks will actually stack on top of each other, rather than one on the side and one on the other side like 4 combos would. Now, bigger combos like 8 combos and 9 combos will actually send 2 combo blocks and will generally mean 2 lines of garbage for 1 combo. So if you're able to do a bunch of 8 and 9 combos, which is pretty hard, but if you're really good, then you can really maximize the value of your chain. Alright, ooh, nice 10 combo by Syuga there, into a lag chain. Actually, might have Celine here, nice. Alright, so once again, we are entering Death Mountain here. So the current world record for hard mode is also held by Suzumi at 6 minutes and 49 seconds. Oh, really unlucky there. I thought Phoenix would go down there. Unfortunately, Phoenix got a chain off of garbage for absolutely no reason, but still able to go down 24 seconds, so it's okay. The chain that he got did not mean complete disaster, but certainly an unfortunate time loss there. Alright. Oh no, Dragon's gonna get another chain off of garbage. So yeah, another thing about this AI is that when garbage is clearing, if they still have a lot of panels on the screen, they can still keep going and making matches and do all sorts of stuff that you know, depending on the pattern of blocks and what blocks may get from garbage, that could lead to you know, unnecessary chains, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you don't want that will probably make you pretty sad. Oh, Thanatos almost got to those reds up top. Alright, so starting in hard mode, there are 12 stages. So here is the last stage here, Cordelia, the true final boss. So, one thing I also should mention about the AI is, when the AI is looking for matches, they will actually scan from the very top of the screen and work their way down to find matches and make matches. Now, being that this was the first game in the Tetris Attack Pound Upon Puzzle League series, this AI is very quirky, very inconsistent. So, while we have a general idea of the behavior of the AI that goes on in this game, it's not really consistent, unfortunately. Which actually makes running this game, getting a good time, quite a challenge. Alright, so now we're at the final difficulty, which is super hard. So, for those of you that don't know, super hard, or in the English version, as we call it, very hard, is actually a hidden mode. So, you may see that it looks like that he's playing on hard again, but he's actually not. So, on the difficulty select screen, if you hold the L button and up on the D-pad, and then you press A to select hard mode, the little background will actually change from pink to red. And it's actually that red background that is the only way that you can tell the difference between whether you're playing on hard mode or super hard mode. If you're playing on hard mode, the background will be pink. If you're playing on super hard mode, the background will be red. So yes, as somebody asked before, now that we are at super hard mode, I will talk a little bit about RNG manipulation that is possible in this game. So in a bunch of places throughout this game, the RNG is moving really, really fast. And on the difficulty select screen, the RNG does move there as well. Now, it was discovered by some player, some other person, I don't know exactly who, but that person knows that he was actually getting the same, some of the same stages that person was able to recognize. And so another runner by the name of Cards of the Heart also noticed this deja vu thing that was going on with this game. And so he investigated a little bit further to see if, you know, this whole deja vu thingy and what's up with that. So, on the difficulty select screen, the RNG is moving. Now, what you will also see, you may not have seen this at all because, you know, this is a speedrun and whatnot, but occasionally on the difficulty select screen, Lip will occasionally blink, and Lip's blinking animation lasts for 13 frames. In Tetris Attack, Yoshi also blinks as well, but his blinking animation lasts for 7 frames. Now, as silly as this may seem, while Lip and Yoshi are in their blinking animation, the RNG stops moving during that animation. And so, what was later discovered is that if you memorize the blinking pattern that Lip and Yoshi will do, you can hit certain timing windows to get certain stages. And as it turns out, there is a specific 13 frame window that you can hit for Pattern of the Pawn right here that can get you a board that will give you a 9-second stage if you do the proper chaining and combos. This whole pattern, this whole RNG pattern with the whole blanket and everything, the game throws you in a random spot. So each time you reset the console, you're thrown into a different spot in the RNG cycle every time. So while the first stage that you can get is a 13 frame window, the next stages after that, trying to get the patterns that you want for, 9 and 8 second wins. The best you can hope for is a 2 frame window, unfortunately. So, being that this game runs at 60 frames per second, trying to hit a 1 frame window is very hard. But if you do start on the same first stage, same 13 frame window every time, and you do all the same, frame perfect inputs to get all the same stages that you're looking for, then you actually can route out this game for all 12 stages. But you're kind of looking forward to hit a whole bunch of frame perfect windows, which is not very easy. And the thing for the Death Mountain stages, trying to manipulate those, if you even, you know, get an RNG manip to run, you know, past stage 8, to manipulate stages 9 through 12, you actually have to hit 2 windows, because the RNG not only moves where the dialogue is shown, but also starting in stage 9, you can actually select different fairies. You know, you don't necessarily have to play as Lip for stages 9 through 12. But the RNG also moves in the character select screen. So, trying to manipulate stages 9 through 12 is extremely difficult. But, you know, unfortunately, the furthest anyone has ever successfully manipped this run is 3 stages. Alright, so we are now coming up to the last stage. So, the world record for S-Hard this one is actually held by Syuga at 7 minutes and 21 seconds. There's a little bit of a story with the S-Hard world record for this, as over this year, the world record has actually come down a little over 20 seconds from Muhi's 2012 long-standing former world record of 7:42. So yes, for a long time, Muhi, another Japanese runner of this game, used to hold all 4 world records for this. That was until Suzumi, you know, kept grinding away at this game and ultimately beat all of Muhi's records. And also, that is GG's. Syuga finishing 31-37. Still beats my second place time of 32-22. So very well done for Syuga. So yes, here is the ending. The fairyland is rid of Thanatos' evil spell and is now back to normal. And then, of course, you later find out that Cordelia is actually Lip's mother, and is actually the queen of the fairies. And this was just all a setup to see if Lip was strong enough for her to be queen of the fairies. So yes, one more thing I will mention, the world record for easy to S-Hard, also held by Syuga, is 28 minutes and 44 seconds, which is a very, very good time. But yes, this game is very RNG heavy, so, you know, you do get some really good runs, you do get some runs that don't really go your way. It's just unfortunately the brutal nature of some of these puzzle games that all of us over here in Puzzle General like to speedrun. And there's the ending credits. Lip running along the rainbow. There's actually a cool thing you could do with the rainbow. I think what you do is if you hold, I believe, the select button, and then you start pressing buttons on the D-pad, you can actually move the rainbow. It's just a silly little thing. But yes, that was Panel de Pon for the Super Famicom. So, very good job to Syuga. Putting on a great show for everybody. And I believe coming up next will be Breath of Fire. So you will get a nice little 6-hour dose of Breath of Fire coming up next for you guys. So hopefully you guys will get to enjoy that. But yes, for Syuga and everybody else at Puzzle General, I am FR Pro 21. And until next time, everybody, have a good night, take care, and I will see you guys next time.